time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's also time where we read some viewer mail. Even in the holiday season, we get tons of viewer mail, and I'm always willing to listen to your requests and dedications.
You already took it out of the envelope.
I did.
Before?
To save time.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry, I won't waste any more.
Dear Wilds, did you and the crew send out holiday cards this year? Oh, wait a second.
Oh, my. Why?
We did. Ryan, I'm doing your letter right now. You gonna do my letter?
What a rude guy.
Ryan, I'm doing it.
So rude.
I didn't see the envelope. I got worried. Ryan, don't call me during the show. That was last year's card. Happy holidays from First Things First. But of course, we're always trying to invent new bits. We're not just resting on our laurels. This year's
There you
card.
go.
So if you didn't get it yet, the post office is very busy. But happy holidays.
Card's missing something.
I was about to say, Coach feels pretty left out here.
Wow.
I agree. Wow.
Hey, you know what? If you want to
Greg-
trade
Greg
your
and I
upset
will
alert
never get
lead
on
for a spot on the holiday card, that's
Sorry,
fine.
Greg. We'll send out our own card.
All right, let's get to it. This week is pure motivation. Isn't like that a lot of weeks, but
Mostly, it's all.
this is, look, Saquon Barkley, number 3.
Oh.
All right, and Saquon is having a phenomenal year. And Saquon, I want nothing more than for you to break Eric Dickerson's 40-year record for most rushing yards in a season. And I think for all the arguing we just did over Josh or Lamar, if he breaks this record, I think Saquon Barkley should be MVP. I really do.
So even with the extra game?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, O.J. Simpson did it in 14 games, and, you know, other guys did it in 16. So, but here's the thing. Go out this week with your mindset on getting it.
This week?
Yes. Now I get, look, he needs 268 yards.
Yeah.
268 yards.
That's a big game.
His most this year, and I think most of his career was 255 he did this year. First of all, Dallas is a terrible rush. Now, I know the defense has been better, but they still give up 4.8 yards a carry, Coach. Only 2 teams give up more than that. 4.8 yards a carry. They're like 6th most yards per game for opponents rushing the football. Secondly, Jalen Hurts probably out. Kenny Pickett has a rib injury, might be out. That leaves Tanner McKee. You know what that means? We're handing the ball off. We're pitching it to Saquon. He's going to have to carry them because you're not putting it in the hands of Tanner McKee.
I'm not mad at that.
All right?
Means
And here's the
Dallas
thing.
ready for that.
Even if he doesn't get the 269, all right, which I'm not expecting. Coach, if he gets 200, so now you go into the last week of the season needing 70 yards or whatever. He gets 190, whatever. But you go in there needing about 70, 75 yards or less. You let him play the first half against the Giants? Giants are terrible. I don't even know that they want to win.
Oh.
I mean,
He would do it against the Giants.
so
Remember
come
they took
on.
him
This
out?
is a
So he goes in
legitimate
the first
record.
half against
That
the
would be
Giants
he
and
could
gets
run for
dinged up and
270
misses
against
the
the
playoffs.
Well, look, there's a little of that, but hey, you play the game. So you get hurt, you get hurt. So Saquon, I'm pulling for you. I believe in you.
Joe
All right.
Shane should offer him $1 million to not play.
All right, at number 2, Joe Burrow.
Oh.
All right, all of a sudden, I mean, we left the Bengals and Burrow for dead. He's having a great individual season, but we thought they were out of it a month or so ago. And now, all of a sudden, new life. And it's up to him. I mean, I don't know that they control their own destiny, but still, you got to win out to have a chance. All right, and you got Denver and a rookie quarterback. So go out there and beat Denver. And then Pittsburgh. That's going to be a tough one because he's kind of had the Lamar situation, you know, where he hadn't been able to beat Pittsburgh a lot. But still, you got to go out there and get it done. We view you as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And here's the thing. I know you can handle pressure. All right, you've proven that throughout your career. But I do think if he doesn't play well, if you don't play well in these next 2 games or even one of them, some people will look at it like, oh, when they were out of it, he had this great year. And then it got, the playoffs were there and they could have made a run and he struggled. So every year is important. You probably won't have Jamar and T. Higgins next year. You probably lose T. So you got your 2 great receivers. Go out there. I do believe in you, Joe. And I'm from Cincinnati. Oh, yeah. So I believe in you and I'm pulling for you. So Joe, go ahead and get it done. Do your thing. All right, at number 1, Josh Allen.
Wow.
Yeah. And here's why. Because Josh You guys jumped all over me. I don't know where you were at on this, Coach. Early in the year, or even the offseason, when I said he is en route to the Hall of Fame. I think he's en route to the Hall of Fame. You guys looked at me like I was nuts.
Well, that's
because he doesn't. Wait, is that true? He doesn't have the credentials yet. He's only in his 6 seasons. This is his 7th. He's just a 2-time Pro Bowler.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah, we're right about that.
Yeah, we were right.
We were right.
But why now? No, I think he is en route to the Hall of Fame. I don't know where the hardware, the lack of hardware.
You think he's a Hall of Fame talent, but he does not yet have anything close to a Hall of Fame resume.
If he keeps this up, though, I mean, no
MVPs, no
who's
Super Bowls.
Who's not going to make the Pro Bowl this year in the AFC? Lamar, Josh, Mahomes, and Burrow.
One of them.
So it might be him, but does that mean he's not great?
He's going to win league MVP and not make the Pro Bowl?
Well, I don't know if he's going to win MVP. That's what this is about. All right, you got to go out there. Lamar is on your tail. Saquon is on your tail. And your teammates. Look at this, guys. I mean, it's a heck of a Christmas present. I loved it.
This is great.
But you know what it says on it? It's a heck of a necklace. MVP. Now, look, you can pull a Nick Wright. You can pull a Nick Wright where the never a doubt all of a sudden meant he never doubted that his wife was the one for him, that Danielle was
never
the one
doubt
for
the
him.
Chiefs win the title.
Well, no, it was a year ago. There was never doubt they were going to go 20-0. He shifted it. So you could shift it to say the Bills MVP. Yeah. I'm the Bills MVP. But we all know that's not what it means. It means league MVP. So you have to go out there. Look, you're playing the freaking Jets. You're playing the Patriots. Go out there, have at least one great game, if not 2 if you play both, and get that MVP award because you do need some hardware to justify you being a Hall of Famer, which I do think you are. That's the button.
Do you think he is a Hall of Famer?
I mean, I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, I think he's projecting to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
You don't agree with that?
I think it's another Hall of Fame butt list.
Thank you, Coach.
you got that locked up.
And you know what,
Week
Coach?
in and week out, you lock it up.
For that, the Texans got a shot.
I'm adding Nick's favorite, the Bake Show.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Motivate
That's
him.
fair.
So here it is.
fair.
10 touchdowns, 6 picks over the last 4 games. So that's problematic. They lost this last game. Okay, now this team's been streaky. So prior to that, they'd won 4 in a row. Okay, prior to that, they had lost 4 in a row. So is this the start of another losing streak this past game? Okay, now they're going into a situation where they haven't been very good at home. They're 3-4 at home. They're facing the Carolina Panthers. So they've got Carolina and New Orleans the next 2 games, 9-21 combined. But the Carolina Panthers, also now known as the Carolina Reapers, when you lose to them, people change addresses. Okay, they got an assistant coach fired. They got a head coach fired. They got a quarterback benched. They sent the whole team home. Carolina's coming. Carolina's coming. Just like last game, if Chuba Hubbard didn't fumble, they would have won that. So there's all those elements for Baker. But let's look at one of my favorite statistics, and I know it's Kevin's too. Can we pull that up here? This is what else he has.
Money.
Love it.
So he's currently 3rd. He's got to be top 10, worth 500 grand. He's 8th, needs to be top 10, 500 grand. He's got $1 million locked up. Okay, his passer rating 103. He's 6th. He's got to be top 5, so he's got $500,000 sitting there for that.
That's big.
So he's got all those, that nice Christmas holiday money that he could lock up over the next 2 weeks.
The yards per pass stresses me out a little bit.
It should all stress you out.
This is a little screen pass. Like, are you sure?
And it's one of those things where they're going to have to run the ball a lot, and so these passing stats could be in trouble, but he might be thinking it's $1.5 million.
I like that. I like that. And Baker's gotten a lot of love this year, deservedly, but finish the job. Finish the job.
I mean, he's got another $5 million incentives in the postseason, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, too.
That's
Thursday at 4:10. So, Kevin Wildes, what does that mean?
It's time now for the media ombudsman, which has grown to the point where Nick is now texting me on the weekend.
Wow.
That I'm now taking notes. He's like, hey, remind me to put this person on the And I responded, I don't care.
Listen, people think I just pulled this out of thin air.
No, he's got so many things.
So many things. And
involved.
why am I? I'm the ombudsman during the Bud list. It's an homage to what you. Really? You use the word ombudsman a lot around here, or is it for this?
Here we go.
All right, so I'm putting college football media and complainers under duress for the incessant whining from folks that should be celebrating the sport. So here's the thing. In recent years, college football has become much more like professional football.
Yes.
Players get paid. There's a full-blown playoff. And guess what happens with professional football? The results matter, and the eye test not so much. You know what we're not doing in the NFL today? Texans, I know you won the South, but as it turns out, we'd rather see Cincinnati in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
agree with
Colts. We all kind of got together and decided we don't like talking about you, we don't believe in you, and we know technically you can control your own destiny if Denver loses, and you can get in over Cincinnati too, but we don't want that either. So in fact, you know what? We're not going to do it. Hey, here's another thing that's going to happen week 1 of the NFL playoffs. A 14-win Detroit or Minnesota team is going to be on the road against somebody. You know why? Because that team won their division. And no one's going to say a mumbling word about it. Because in professional adult football, we understand divisions and conferences matter. And that you have to give everyone an equal, legitimate opportunity to win a championship. College football forever was like, nope, we're going to name bowls after fruits and then have people vote on it. And then people were like, no, that sucks. Let's have a real playoff. First year of a real playoff, people were like, let's go back to the fruit thing we used to do. Where's Alabama when you need them? Stop it. Indiana, Boise State, SMU entered this year believing if we handle our business, we're going to get to go prove it on the field. The moment the proving started, people were like, I like the old way better. Well, you know what? That's not the way it is now. And if you have been all year long promoting this playoff because it's on your network and saying it's going to be one of the greatest things happening to the sport, and then the moment it starts, you just bitch about the fact that your favorite teams aren't involved from your conference with your networks in bed with, give me a break. So get with it or get lost. And by the way, if you want to make it more pro football, you're going to have a lot more of this. I'm all for it. I think it's great. Can't wait for January 1. But I just don't follow the complaining.
Well done. That was well done.
Thank you.
Because you do see blowout. And it did take a little of the excitement out of the first round because they were all blowouts. But that does happen in the NFL, too.
Of course.
It happens in the NBA in the first round, sweeps, things. I mean, last year, Baltimore beat Houston 34-7. Yeah. Blowout.
And it happened in the previous 4-team playoff every year.
Exactly.
That the semifinals were blowouts.
Yep.
It's still not fair that the Texans schedule the Jags twice a year. Schedule some real teams north and see how that plays out. All right, I am putting on the Vikings and the Lions.
Wow.
Adding them to the Bud list because, as you know, King of Vibes. Christmas morning, opening presents with the kids. They say, Daddy? I said, yes. They say, what teams have the best vibes in the NFL? And I said, the Vikings and the Lions. And then we go to my parents' house, and all of a sudden I feel my antennas go up. Like, what's happening in this world right now? My vibe started to pick up something different. And I look on my social media on Christmas Day. People feel it around the country. Start sending, say, what's going on with these vibes, Kevin? You have to weigh in on the vibes. I look at my messages. Oh, vibe check. Wiles needs to give us the vibe check. Kansas City vibes man immediate. Hey, Kevin Wiles, what do you think of these vibes? How about that for vibes? Hey, this got to be high on vibes, Wiles. Scale 1 to 10. Oh, on the vibes meter. Everybody wants to know. So what are people talking about? Oh my gosh. It turns out, Brou, just like when you were feeling good about the Ravens, you put on a robe. The Chiefs debut these robes, let everybody, and they're like, well, surely that's a 10 out of 10 vibes. Next thing you know, ho, 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 here comes Andy Reid giving out first-round buys in home field advantage. And I hate to say it, vibes meter, I got to be honest. A few weeks ago, this team had their heads hung, saying, guys, I know we barely beat, the Raiders? Were they complaining about beating the Panthers? Those count. And everybody was all bummed out. I have to make an announcement. The Chiefs officially have the best vibes in the NFL. I didn't believe it. 15-1. But the vibes have shifted. Minnesota and Justin Jefferson saying the Vikings feel like the LSU championship team, and the Lions are always high on vibes ever since the kneecap eating. And they have now dropped to 2. Chiefs are number 1 on the vibes list. That's your vibes up.
Great vibes. And this is off the top of the dome, so I don't have the video to show it, though. Here's the thing. You got to be careful with vibes.
Why?
Last year, we all remember after, I think it was, I don't remember what game it was, when the Ravens won a game, and they were dancing. And remember, John Harbaugh and like another assistant coach were dancing in the locker room. Looked like great vibes. How'd that end up? So you remember that? I don't have the video, but we remember that.
They can get too high.
The old vibe okie doke.
Yeah, exactly.
They're too high on their own vibe supply, they say.
That's right.
Still happened. We forgot to do that during the bubble. Coming up next, Nick's Tears. Wow, what a 4 o'clock
I like
segment.
the new,
Lightning bolt, electricity.
visual effects.
Great.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.